Hey Best Pally, I'm Allie, your favorite YouTube guinea pig. I've been curious about a couple different biohacking sensory experiences, so right now I'm headed to try out a virtual float tank and then compare it to a sensory deprivation tank. I'm starting off at Bulletproof's Upgrade Labs where they're going to float me virtually. This is the virtual float tank. This is Noah, he's gonna help me float.
So we're gonna lay down. That pillow's gonna be under your knee. Zero water.
Virtual water.
Virtual. There you go.
Okay, wait, I'm like nervous because what is going on? How long am I in here? I have zero background.
Have you ever heard of a sensory deprivation tank before?
Yeah, I'm gonna try one of those after this.
Okay,
yeah.
Cool. So this is a sensory stimulation tank, so opposite end of the spectrum. It's thought that through sensory deprivation you can get to that theta meditative wavelength, but you kind of have to impart your own meditative practices.
Get your brainwaves there.
Exactly, yeah. With this, there's 3 forms of stimulation that will get you there, and you're only in here for 30 minutes. Usually you're in a sensory deprivation tank for like an hour, 2 hours.
So this is like a time hack too.
Exactly, yeah, we're all about that. This whole thing will be spinning. There's gonna be light stimulation and also binaural beats.
Okay.
Sounds good?
Yeah.
You up to it?
I'm in.
Alright, let's do it.
If am I supposed to do anything in there? What's my goal?
I would focus on your breath.
Okay.
That's how I usually do it, but to be honest, just try and relax. That's
Clear
the biggest
my mind,
thing.
relax
Exactly.
for 30
yeah.
minutes. I feel like
it usually
it's
does the work for you.
Oh.
Yeah.
Great.
Which is pretty great. Yeah.
Alright, yeah. I'm happy to have this device take me somewhere that I don't have to put any work in.
Exactly.
I guess. And I'm like trapped in there. Not that I'm claustrophobic, but I'm assuming that there's like an escape.
There is.
thing.
So we have a little button that you can press, just in case you want to get out.
Sweet. Don't need the button, just glad it's there. Oh my. That was nutso. Okay, so there's this weighted blanket, which just feels like a hug. Headphones playing, well, I don't know. It was a combo of, it was like a digital kind of tone.
Yeah.
But then that was mixed in with tubular bells and ocean sounds.
Yeah, that's the binaural beats.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
And it was different in each ear.
Exactly.
Binaural. Okay.
Yeah.
So there's different sounds in the right versus left ear, which helps induce those theta waves. And then this lighting thing goes over your eyes, and I almost hit the trigger like 20 seconds into it, freaking out because I thought that I like set it too high.
And this is what it's playing.
That's
the entire
it?
time. Yeah.
No, I saw like crazy trippy patterns
it's
of light
pretty
and
crazy.
colors.
That didn't change the entire time.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought for sure you were changing it along with like whatever the sound was. And I was like,
your brain is creating
going on a journey. Whoa. It did feel like exactly 30 minutes. It wasn't like sped up time or slowed down time, but it was like the least anxious 30 minutes I've ever had. I was just like happy to experience the entire time just like being there. Thank you.
You liked it. Yeah, of course.
Okay. The next part is when I get really nervous. You all have seen me push myself through insane challenges and really hard workouts, and I'm fine with all of that, but today what I've committed to is horrifying. I have to do nothing for 2 hours. Like, that's so long. What am I gonna do? What is my brain gonna do? One of the highest punishments we have in jail is separating people from everyone else. Solitary confinement. But also, I'm separating myself from lots more things like seeing and hearing and smelling and tasting and I don't know if you can tell, but I have trouble shutting my brain off, which is exactly why I should be doing sensory deprivation and trying to center myself. It's just, this is gonna be a challenge. You know, I've heard that if your senses don't get any input for long enough, they start making stuff up. You hallucinate, it like fills in the blanks. And when I just signed up for this, they made me fill out a waiver saying that I'm physically able to. So if I go crazy, it's on me.
The world's only isolation flotation chamber systems NSF certified.
Oh man. Okay, they gave us a video that I wasn't allowed to show you. And also I'm supposed to be quiet. First step was to shower because they want me clean before I get in their super salinated water. And that is what's gonna make me feel weightless. Put the bathing don't know. That was nutty. Okay, I'm gonna need to decompress before I tell you my fit words. What? This inadvertently turned into a cold exposure video because I have a 6-mile bike ride home. Really wishing I'd chosen a hoodie as wardrobe for this piece. Okay, I survived. It was like nothing I've ever felt before. Both of those were. Let me talk about the sensory deprivation before I compare the two. So when you go into that booth, you shut the door and that cuts out all light. Closing your eyes and opening your eyes are the exact same thing. And then it's a soundproof booth, plus the earplugs on top of that, so you're hearing nothing and double nothing. The super salinated water has you sitting on the surface, so it's just effortless floating, and you're there in a void for 2 hours. The first thing I noticed is that I had a bunch of tension that I didn't really consider. My legs would like slowly start to come together and not realize it, and I'd have to like relax and like let them go. And then they'd like tense up, and like 10 minutes later I'd be like, hey, wait a minute, calm down, legs. And I also had trouble making my shoulders relax. You can float like this. They also suggested this, which felt awful, or with your arms down. And each position felt a little different, but all of it was kind of like, oh, Allie, you're stressed? Are you keeping it right here where you had your book bag in middle school and felt so self-conscious? But I did try and clear my mind and like focus on my breath for a while, and then I think at some point I started falling asleep, or I don't know, I like drifted to another place and then twitched and came back and like was present again in my body, and I was like, well, I was thinking hard, but I didn't know of what because I couldn't remember. Okay, weird. And at some point, I felt like I was rotating, which is impossible because you're in a tank. I would have hit my head, but I was pretty sure I was rotating sideways and then head over heels, which is definitely not possible because the water's that way. I don't know. And then you don't know which way is up, and no matter how hard you open your eyes, you can't see anything. So am I in a vast vacuum of an infinite space? And then maybe no, I'm in my mother's womb floating in goo. And then, oh wait, I gotta finish that video editing later. No, focus! But in general, I'm glad I did it. It was super interesting to have that experience, that sensory or non-sensory thing happen to your body. Now to compare the two, they're complete opposites, but feel kind of similar. When you're in the virtual float tank, all of your senses are getting bombarded. You're getting flash in your eyes, you're hearing things, you're feeling your body move around. And then in the sensory deprivation tank, the point is that like the floating takes away any feeling sensation. You can't see or hear anything, but you still kind of get to this weird dreamlike headspace. Also, I may have just fallen asleep for a little bit in both of them. For both of them, I feel like I need more training outside of the device, as in I should focus on mindfulness and meditation just on my own so that I can control my focus when I get in there and be better at it. They also induced the same level of anxiety when I first got in them. Both of them made me kind of freak out at first. When I had the lights flashing in my eyes, it was like, okay, I got this thing happening, but to cut it off, I'll just shut my eyes. My eyes are already shut! I can't stop seeing the light! And in the sensory deprivation tank, it's like, oh, which way is up? Oh, I could drown in water. Also, where am I? Who am I? Is the door locked? How do I get out? But you get past that and it's fine. And now the difference is, when I was in the virtual float tank with all of the huge sensory attacking, I actually seemed to get more relaxed the longer I stayed in it, and it felt like the opposite in the sensory deprivation tank. I almost got more stressed out and started feeling more and more aches and discomfort the longer I stayed in there. Although, the virtual one was only 30 minutes, so who knows if I'd have stayed any longer. But it is pretty crazy to go from one experience where it's like, I can't shut my eyes to, I can't open my eyes. And I will say, in general, I feel energized. Like, it's pretty late in the day, and I am refreshed feeling. And even though I say that I suck at meditating and that I'm doing it wrong, which is counter to the point of meditation to say that, but anyway, even though I think I suck at it, I definitely got a bunch of the benefits from meditation, even though I was just shooting in the dark. Literally. So I would definitely do both of them again. It feels like working out where I would get better at it the more I did it, and you would have to keep doing it, you know, use it or lose it for letting your brain relax. So now maybe I'll go work on mindfulness without all the technological assistance. I don't know, maybe any Buddhists out there want to collaborate on my channel. And if you like this outrageous experimentation from me, there's plenty more where that came from, so go take a look.